Hello students, good morning. Students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is the chapter number 3 of your biology, and this is about the plant kingdom. In this chapter we are going to detail study about the kingdom plantae. In previous chapter you will detailed study about the first three kingdom according to R.H. Whittaker: the kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, and kingdom Fungi. Either all these three kingdoms having cell wall and most have cellular structure, but Whittaker excluded them from the kingdom Plantae. Now here we are going to discuss about the kingdom Plantae. According to Whittaker, in 1969, he suggested the kingdom Plantae has following 5 divisions. As we classified the kingdom Animalia in the phylums, likewise here for the phylum the term division is used. Is that clear? In taxonomic categories of classification of plants after kingdom, the next taxonomic category comes, that is the division. Is that clear? Division is just like the phylum of kingdom Animalia. Okay. Now let's see in how many divisions the plant kingdom is divided on the basis of differentiating characters. The plant kingdoms are divided into following 5 divisions. Kingdom, the first division is in this kingdom, that is the algae. And students, the algae are also called halophytes. What? Halophytes. But in NCERT, the term alga is used to determine this division. Hence, here we are also going with this term algae or halophytes. Why they are called halophytes? We also discussed about this. In this division, all kinds of all the plants members are included, are the simplest plants without root and shoot system. It means their body is not differentiated into root, stem and leaves. Further, this division is grouped into following 3 groups on the basis of presence of carotenoids and xanthophyll like pigments. The first group of the division algae is chlorophyceae. Chlorophyce includes all the green element. What? All the green alga, or you can say that green color alga, are included in this group, that is called chlorophyce. It contains the chlorophyll. A and B are both types. That's why the name of the groups after the presence of pigment is given as chlorophyce. Here are the some members which represents this group. These are filamentous alga, eulothrix, Spirogyra, Chara, Chlamydomonas, Laminaria. There are the several members having chlorophyll are included in this group. Now the second one is the Phaeophytes. What? Phaeophytes. What are phaeophytes? The phaeophytes are the brown color. What? Brown color. Brown algae. They appears in brown color due to presence of fucoxanthin pigment along with the chlorophyll. Fucoxanthin. This is brown color pigment that gives the brown color to the phaeophytes are the members of the group Phaeophyceae. Is that clear? Here are some representative members of this group. Ictocarpus, Dictoya. What? Dictoya, Ictocarpus are the brown color. What? The brown color. Is that clear? Now, the next group of the division Phalophyta or algae, that is the rhodophytes, and the members are commonly called rhodophytes. What? Rhodophytes. Students, the term rhodo means red and phyce means the simplest plant called algae. That's why the members belonging to this group are called red algae. Why the members appears red in color? Students, due to presence of pigment that is called R-phycocyanin. What? R-phycocyanin and R-phycoerythrin. These are the two natural stains, or you can say that pigments, that are found in the members belonging to the group Rhodophyceae. That's why the members are generally called red. And there is an interesting fact about the Red Sea. Why Red Sea appears red in color? The Red Sea appears red in color just with the presence of the red color alga. It means the algae that containing R-phycocyanin and R-phycoerythrin pigments. These provides red color to the alga, and due to the dispersion of the light, or you can say that refraction of the light, the Red Sea appears red in color. And there is also example of red color alga, Polysiponia, Gelidium are the representative members of this group of algae. Now friends, the second division of the kingdom Plantae is bryophytes. Students, the bryophytes are commonly called amphibians of kingdom Plantae. Why bryophytes are called amphibians of the Plantae? They are called amphibians of kingdom Plantae because they perform, or they can survive their life in water as well as on land. Some of the members are terrestrial and some are also found in aquatic regions or water bodies. But the most important fact, due to they are called bryophytes or bryophytes are called amphibians of kingdom Plantae because they perform the process of sexual reproduction. It means the fusion of gamete inside the water, and their further development take place on the wet and moist soil surfaces and become terrestrial, and they become terrestrial. That's why they are called amphibians of kingdom Plantae. And students, one thing more important to know that about bryophytes, they are the first vascular plant. Yes, the bryophytes are the first vascular plants. Either the vascular system is not well developed, but the appearance of the vascular system begins with the representative members of the bryophytes. These are also simplest form of plants, but their body is differentiated into shoot, it means stem, leaves, and in the place of root, the rhizoidal roots are present. The fibrous, or you can say that adventitious or rhizoidal roots are present. It means roots are not developed or poorly developed in the members belonging to the division bryophyte. Now, the bryophytes, on the basis of their members structure, and character, they are further classified into following two groups. The members which are live in aquatic regime, that are the liverworts. What? Liverworts. And there are the example of liverworts are Marchatia and Riccia. These are the most representative members of this group. Now mosses. Mosses are likely to habitat in terrestrial regime. And there, the gametophyte, or you can say that the prothallus of the members of this group is found on the wet and moist soil surfaces. Funaria and Sphagnum are the two members of this group. About these groups and what are the identifying characteristics of these groups, we will also study in detail about them in incoming lectures. But here, first of all, going to introduce about the classification of the kingdom Plantae. Okay. Now students, the third division is the pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are the group, or you can say that it is a vast group of the kingdom Plantae, which includes the members which are commonly called horsetails, horns and puffballs. That's why the members of this division appearing as shrubby bushy in structures, and pteridophytes are also regarded as the snakes of kingdom Plantae. Why called snakes of kingdom Plantae? Because it includes the first fully developed terrestrial type of plants, and most of the members are just climbers, climber-like plants, which climb or which crawls on the surfaces, fences, boundaries, walls. That's why they are also called snakes of kingdom Plantae. Is that clear? And students, the most representative characters of the members is the presence of developed vascular system, and the body of the plant is well differentiated into root and shoot system. The main groups of this division are Coelopsida. The representative member is Coelom, which appears just the tail of horse. This plant appears the tail of horse-like. That's why also called horse tail. Next one is the Lycopodium, which belongs to the group Lycopsida. Lycopodium also grow in the regions where the scarcity of water is abundant, or you can say that where it's lack of the water are in the rain shaded area. Next one is the Sphenopsida. The members are commonly called ferns because their leaves are just spiny in structure and they grow just like bushes. Equisetum is the plant which represents the group Sphenopsida. Now students, the next and last group of division pteridophytes is Pteropsida. Pteropsida is well identified by the plant Dryopteris. Dryopteris has sporophylous leaves and sarcinate type of rhizoidal roots. They are well grown on the areas of alkaline as well as more acidic soil regions. Now students, the next division is the gymnosperms. The term gymno means naked. Gymno means naked and sperma means seed. It means the members included in this division of kingdom Plantae having the seed without seed coat. Is that clear? It means these are the first plants which bear seeds, but the seeds are not enclosed inside the seed coat. They have no cover over their seeds. That's why they are called gymnosperms. It means naked seeded plants are included in this division. After the pteridophyte, the rest of the two divisions, gymnosperma and angiospermae or angiosperms, are well developed types of plants. They included the plants from few centimeter to many meters, like sequoia, the redwood plant of about 170 or 165 meter in height, belonging to this division. Now students, about gymnosperms. The gymnosperms, on the basis of their habitat and the protein body, they are classified into following two groups. The first one is the Cycadophyta, and Cycas is the most representative member of the Cycadophyta. The plants are also grown around the fences or boundaries of the houses, offices, schools, buildings, hospitals, due to their ornamental purpose. Then Cycas and Gemia are included under the group Cycadophyta. Now students, Coniferophyta. They are just varies from the Cycadophyta because Cycadophytes plants leaves are just the palm like as our palm, and the fingers in the palm, their leaves are appearing. That's why called Cycadophyta. But in Coniferophyta, their leaves are spiny and present on the rachis. They are truncated, which are present on a single rachis. That's why they are called Coniferophyta, due to presence of spiny leaves. Pinus, Ginkgo biloba, Ginetum, Sonia William, these are the members of the group Coniferophyta. Now students, the next one is the division Angiosperms. The term angio means concealed. What? Concealed or marriage. Angio, that means concealed, or you can say that marriage. And sperma means seed. Thus, it includes the members which bears seed, and the seeds are enclosed inside seed coat. This is the most representative character of the member plants which are included in the division Angiosperms, because the members of Angiosperms bear seeds, and seeds are enclosed inside the seed coat. Is that clear? Inside seed coat, on the basis of number of cotyledon. Number of cotyledon, it means seed leaf. What is cotyledon? Cotyledon is just seed leaf. What is seed leaf? When you separate the corn, or you can say that the seed coat, seed cover of a paddy seed, then you find there is a single rice present inside them. This single rice is the cotyledon, it means seed leaf. Like this, when you uncover a gram, pea, mustard, bean, then you find that there are two seed leaves are present, and you find two lobes of seed leaves. This makes the angiosperms to classify into two groups. The first one is the monocotyledons and second one is the dicotyledons. As per I was telling you that the kind of plants which contains single seed leaves in their seed are called monocotyledons. Rice, maize, jowar, bajra are the example of monocotyledons. And quinoa, that is called superfood, also included in monocotyledon. Now students, in dicotyledon or dipod, all kinds of pulses, gram, pea, pigeon pea, mustard also, the groundnut, Brassica, Latifolia, all of them are included under the dipod. In simple way, dipods are the kind of plants whose seed contain two seedlings. When we unreeled their seed coat or unpeeled their seed coat, two cotyledons we find, such are called dicotyledons. Now students, we are going to discuss about the algae and some of the representative characters or general characteristics of this division. As per, we know that algae are also called halophytes. Okay? Why called halophytes? We know their bodies hallus are cyclic. Okay? Now, algae are the simplest plants. What? Simplest plants without root shoot or root stem and leaves. The key. Bodies thallus are cyclic, hence called halophytes. Chlorophyll containing, and the members are non-vascular plants. They contain chlorophyll, that's why they perform the process of autotrophic nutrition or photosynthesis process. Some are uni, but many are multicellular, filamentous. Algae like Ulothrix spirogyra are the best example of multicellular form of algae. Members are also called seaweeds because most of the members grow inside the sea water. That's why also called seaweeds. Now general characteristics. Algae are simplest aquatic haloid plants without root and shoot system. Algae are chlorophyll bearing aquatic plants found in the fresh marine water as well as wet and moist soil surfaces. They produce their individuals by sexual means, asexual means, as well as by vegetative propagation. In sexual means, they bear gametes and the fusion of gametes take place. In asexual, they bear zoospores or spores through which the fruiting bodies grow into an individual plant. And by vegetative means, the fragmentation, budding, binary fission are the most representative means of vegetative reproduction. Algae contains pigments. Either all the algae contains chlorophyll, but there are two types of pigments are also present in them that are called carotenoids and xanthophylls that provide the green, brown, red or golden brown or golden yellow colors to the various algae body. Thus students, I hope you all of you understand about the classification of kingdom Plantae, and in next video lecture we are going to discuss more about the classification of algae. So thanks students for joining today's lecture.